Have you ever seen a photo that makes you stop scrolling and ask, is this too much? That's exactly the conversation stirring up the internet right now around Carolyn Jones and a set of bikini images that burst online and quickly became a hot topic. So let's unpack why people are reacting so strongly, what it says about social media, and why this story matters beyond a single picture. Recently, photos of Carolyn in a bikini started circulating, and the response was intense and split. Some viewers praised the images as a bold display of confidence and self-expression, while others called them inappropriate or too revealing, even for adults. That contrast in reactions is where the real story lies, because it's less about fabric and more about choice, context, and values colliding in a public space. Who is Carolyn Jones in this context? She's a public figure known for modeling and acting, someone who has shared lifestyle photos before but has never drawn this level of controversy. So these particular shots felt different to a lot of people. They show a very bold style and a lot of skin, and for some viewers that crosses an invisible line about what they expect to see online. For others, it's a simple act of freedom, adults choosing how they present themselves. Social media amplifies everything, and when an image like this appears, responses fly fast. Likes, shares, angry comments, supportive messages, and hot takes from every angle. That amplification turns a single post into a cultural moment, and suddenly the conversation grows from, is this tasteful, into debates about freedom of expression, platform responsibility, and where we draw boundaries for public content. The reaction also reveals generational and cultural divisions. Younger adults often frame the images as empowerment, courage, owning your body, and rejecting shame. Older adults or more conservative viewers may feel uncomfortable, arguing that certain images don't belong on widely accessible feeds. Both reactions are genuine, and both highlight how personal history, cultural norms, and media upbringing shape what we call acceptable. Another layer to consider is intent. Some people suspect that provocative images are posted to generate attention. Clicks and visibility are valuable commodities online, so critics wonder if the aim is empowerment or just engagement. Supporters counter that motive isn't the point. Adults have the right to choose their own representation, regardless of whether a post draws views. Either way, that debate forces us to ask thoughtful questions about why we respond the way we do, and whether reflexive outrage helps or hurts public conversation. Platform rules complicate things even further. Sites like Instagram and TikTok have guidelines meant to protect users, especially minors, but enforcement is messy and inconsistent. People ask whether the photos violate community standards or whether platforms should even police adult self-expression at all. These are not easy questions. Moderation policies try to balance safety and freedom, and individual cases often sit in a gray area that fuels disagreement rather than clarity. We also shouldn't ignore the role of image craft. Many viewers acknowledge that these photos are well composed. Lighting, pose, and styling often indicate intentionality and artistic thought rather than random snapping. When a shot is carefully curated, it reads differently than a casual photo. That technical quality can push some viewers to see the images as fashion or art rather than mere provocation. Across the noise, a few key takeaways emerge. First, consent and adulthood matter. If an adult chooses to share an image, they have a right to do so, though public response can still be loud and sometimes harsh. Second, social media accelerates disagreement, turning private choices into public debates almost instantly. Third, different generations and cultures will read the same image differently, and that's not necessarily bad. Diverse reactions spark conversation and, ideally, understanding. Ultimately, the story of Carolyn Jones's bikini photos is less about one person and more about how we, as a society, handle visibility, boundaries, and judgment in a world where a single image spreads to millions in minutes. Will you see the photos as empowering, excessive, or somewhere in between? Your perspective likely reflects your values, experiences, and what you expect from public platforms. Whatever side you take, this moment is a reminder that images have power. They can inspire, provoke, and start discussions that reveal how we think about freedom, decency, and respect. So tell us, do you think these photos crossed a line? Or are we overreacting to an adult's choice to express herself? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and remember, every viral moment has many sides. Thanks for watching.